sit down, grab a snack, because I got a story for you guys. Hi everybody, thank you for watching. I am back today with a little story time. Get ready with me. Your girl has had a week and I'm gonna fill you in on everything that's been going on. I wasn't sure if I was gonna share this story because I was really going through it, but now that it's over with and I'm feeling 100% again, I can laugh at it and I feel like it's just a necessary story to share. So let's get into today's video. So before I get into this story, this cream kept me hydrated, if nothing else, last week. So the Bybel White Truffle Double Serum and Cream is such an amazing product. So I mentioned, where is it? 100 of them. The Bybel Double Layer Serum Setting Spray. I've used this every day for months. So when I went and replenished this online, I actually came across the cream and I knew I'd be traveling a lot and I get such dehydrated skin when I travel. I think my entire soul is dehydrated when I travel, and last week I did 6 flights. So this cream at least kept my skin glowing. So when you open it up, it's a cream and serum duo, which is really, really awesome. And on their website, they show you if you have oily skin, combination skin, or dry skin, like what ratio you do. For today, I'm just gonna do 1 part cream and 1 part serum, like that. But while I was away, I was doing just like double of everything. A little bit extra of the serum just to keep my skin hydrated and glowy. So as I mentioned, I did 6 flights in 1 week, which is just unheard of. So the cream also doubles, of course, as an eye cream. If you guys have more oily skin, you can do 2 parts serum, 1 part moisturizer. But like I said, I just kind of doubled up on everything. So just like the spray, this double cream is infused with 100% white truffle from Italy. I really love this as my base underneath makeup because it gives me a really nice glow. So this has been my staple for the past few weeks, and I was so excited to share it with you guys because I know how many people are also obsessed now with the spray. Everyone in my life uses it, and I have gone through probably 3 of them in the past few months, which is honestly unheard of. I always put the extra on my hands and I feel like it just gives you like this beautiful moisturized glow. So as I mentioned, the Bybel brand is 100% vegan, clinically tested, hypoallergenic, safe for sensitive skin and for all different skin types as well. So I will link their products below. Thank you for sponsoring today's video. You guys, these products are freaking amazing. And as I mentioned, every single person in my life now has this spray. So definitely gotta try out the double cream. Refilled my coffee. I was trying to think what kind of makeup look I wanted to do, and then I realized I should probably just do the look that I wore both days in Nashville, because now that I'm posting stuff, I'm sure people are gonna ask. So this is my exact routine that I did in Nashville. So we're gonna do the after party foundation. Can you tell I love it? Literally like a pump and a half, and like, it's all you need. As you guys probably have seen, I've been traveling a lot the past, May month. I will have the vlog up for you guys, if not already. I may have the vlog up before this video is actually up, from LA and Bahamas. Apologies on the delay for that one. I just had so much footage and there's just been a lot going on over here. But so I'm working on that. So I was in LA, and a couple days later went to the Bahamas, and then when I got home from Bahamas, obviously I got sick. Like I had some sort of virus. I was like in bed dying, and we got home Saturday, and I was supposed to fly to South Carolina with my mom that Monday for her birthday. I told her I would take her to South Carolina. There's this lady who invented these like hair toppers. And she really, really wanted one. So that was my gift to her that she was, you know, cashing in on. And it was just so happened to be the day after we got home from Bahamas. But we had to reschedule it because I was dying in bed. Like I could not get out of bed. So that was end of April, beginning of May. So we rescheduled it for last Monday. Monday, we took a 6 a.m. flight to South Carolina. Did what we had to do, and then we were home by like 10 o'clock at night. So it was like two flights one day. Anytime I step foot on a plane, I just get sick. It's like inevitable. and it sucks, but I was like, I don't care, I can get sick. I have a huge weekend ahead of me. And for the weekend, we had my friend Monica's bachelorette party planned for months now. And last minute, Gary V invited me to go to VidCon. So VidCon was Thursday to Saturday. Bachelorette was Saturday to Monday. So I ended up being able to swing both. I flew to Indianapolis on Thursday morning, 6 a.m., another 6 a.m. flight. Even though I was like feeling a little bit like I was getting run down from the flight on Monday, I took like Zicam and I was like, I'm gonna be fine. I get to Indianapolis Thursday, and the reason I even agreed to do this, I knew it was gonna be a lot, but Gary sent me a DM and he sent a video, and it said in the video, like, it didn't say my name personally, but he said he was reaching out to some creators to see if we wanted to come to VidCon, and that like we would get free passes to go to VidCon, meet him, blah, 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 like this whole thing. So I was like, how do I not go meet Gary Vee? Like I've been following him forever, and I just love what he's about. I love all his posts. I saw him speak at a YouTube creator thing a couple of years ago, and ever since then I've just been a big fan. So obviously I was like, oh, he reached out to me, like how fun, I'm gonna get to meet him, whatever. So I arrived Thursday, checked in the hotel, got ready, and then there was like a couple of different like events. The guy who trained my dogs, Jason, he was also going, which was awesome because it was nice to have a familiar face there. So we kind of put our schedules together and we're like, all right, what's like fun? What events should we go to? So we went to a couple things, and it was like field day Thursday. So Thursday we went and we had a lot of fun. Walked around, there was like different like food trucks. There was a place with dogs that you could play with. It was just like a super chill, fun day. And this was like, I guess the day before VidCon started, the day everyone was kind of arriving. So one of the guys that I was in contact with about like all the arrangements and everything, he came up to me, he's like, Carli, and he like said hi, whatever. And I was like, am I gonna meet Gary? Like, I wanna meet Gary, like what's going on? And like a second later, there walks Gary and he's like, oh, now's your chance. And when I met him, he had no idea who I was. Literally came in for like a second for a photo and just kept it moving. And I was like heartbroken, because I'm like, what the fuck? I thought like he knew who I was because he DM'd me. I don't know. So I was a little disappointed, not gonna lie, because I don't know what I was expecting, but I was expecting maybe just like a conversation or like, oh, Carli, what's up? Something, because again, he invited me there and I don't know, just figured maybe he would know who I was. It's fine. We had such a fun time. So that was Thursday. Friday was VidCon. We went to VidCon for a little bit. There's scooters to get around, so we didn't Uber anywhere. We just drove the scooters literally everywhere, which was so fun. There's a restaurant called Dick's Last Resort, which we were there like way too many times. After we went to VidCon, we were like, let's go get something to eat, a couple drinks, blah, 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 whatever. I ended up going to bed early that night, Friday, because I had another 6 a.m. flight. I guess that was like the theme of the week, were 6 a.m. flights. So I had my alarm set for 3:30. So luckily I had packed everything before I went to sleep, because I did take a few tequila shots, not gonna lie. I wake up with my alarm at 3:30, and I had 3 alarms set because I was like, I need to be up and I need to get to the airport and I need to make it to freaking Nashville for my best friend's bachelorette party. And when I woke up, I remember I was like obviously delusional still. I looked at the alarms and I was like, why are my alarms on? And I was so confused. I turned them all off. I turned all the freaking alarms off, go back to bed, and somehow by the grace of God, I like naturally woke up, like jumped, and it was like 4:25 at this point. So I realistically wanted to leave for the airport at like 3:45, but the flight was at 6, so even 4:25, even though I was like, woke up, like it wasn't, I knew I would still make it, but I was stressed and I was like, what a dumb bitch, because once I actually woke up and realized what was happening, I was like, I literally just turned off all 3 of my alarms. I could have just fell asleep, woke up and missed my flight, and it wasn't a direct flight. They had no direct flights to Nashville. They only had connectors. So thank God I woke up, because they would have killed me and I would have been so pissed. I would have probably ended up having to drive to Nashville. So luckily I woke up, I made it to the airport. Made it to Nashville. I was actually the first one there, so I waited for everybody. And we were really hoping to get an early check-in, because last time we went to Nashville, like that's what happened, and we got to go check in, get ready, and hit the town. We all landed early, like we were all landed by like 10 o'clock. And of course our Airbnb was not ready. So what do? We start calling around, trying to find like a room that we could just rent either for the day or like for the night, because we just wanted to get ready for the day, because obviously, you know, we came for 2 days and we wanted to have a good time. So we must have called 30 hotels before we found one. It was like a double tree or like a Embassy Suites or something, had one room available for us. So all 9 of us bring all our luggage to this random hotel right outside the airport. We get ourselves ready and we go and hit the town. This is where the story gets good. So after we all get ready, I had a big checked bag and a carry-on because I had a trip beforehand planned and I'm just a psycho. But so we were like, we need to drop our bags off at the Airbnb. Like, they need to let us at least do that. Like, I get it, the house isn't ready. Like, they told us online that it probably wouldn't be ready, but like, we need to drop our bags off. So we show up. The lady, I guess that was cleaning the house, she's like, you guys can't leave your bags here. So I'm like, fuck, like, what do you mean? Like, we were like talking to her, like, please, like, we don't need to even step foot in the house. Can we just put our bags somewhere? So she eventually opens up the garage, lets us put our bags there. So we're like, okay, good. Listen, we've had a lot of obstacles in our way. I made it to Nashville, which is a blessing in itself. We got to get ready. We got to put our bags away. So we're like, this day is gonna be perfect. We go, start our day. You know, Broadway is where it's at. If anyone's going to Nashville, like, Broadway is the street with all the bars. So fun, live music. It's literally my favorite place on earth. Like, I would move there if I could. So we go, we start drinking, we're having a blast. One of the girls scheduled this bar to go to ride the bull. I've been to Nashville, I can't even count how many times, and I've never even wanted to ride a bull personally, but I was like, whatever, everybody's doing it, it's for her bachelorette, like, let's just do it. I'm gonna start by saying the guy that was operating the bull definitely didn't like us for whatever reason. I mean, for whatever reason, we were probably like rowdy, but like, we're a fun group of girls. Like, we're very respectful, we're having a good time, but like, no need to just like crank it up right away and like try to kill us. So obviously they make you sign waivers, whatever. So I get on, I'm thinking like, ooh, I'm gonna get like a cute video of me like riding the bull, like in slow-mo, whatever. Bitch, I went on and I think within 30 seconds, I lean forward, the bull chucks its head up, like the way it was moving, and I got thrown off by my throat. Literally like thrown. I'll show you the video. I was like, I'm never showing anyone this video, and I was like, if anyone posts it, we're freaking done. But I'm over it now and I think it's funny. Like, it's funny now, but like, thrown by my throat. So I like immediately got up, like was holding my neck. I could not talk. I had no voice and I started crying, and I don't ever cry. That's how you know it was bad. And I was like, obviously embarrassed, but like just in so much pain. But you know, let it go. We were all drinking, so I don't think I realized how much pain I was actually in. So then the next morning when we wake up, I am like in so much pain. I have no voice. Like, when I tell you, I had to whisper like this. That's how I could talk. I could not talk. And I literally feel like I'm dying. But Sunday we had the Pedal Tavern, and I just knew I had to like get it together because it's my best friend's bachelorette, and like, there's no time to just sleep and like not be a part of everything. So I threw myself together, took one for the team, you know, tried drinking a little bit, but like, I couldn't even drink. We did the Pedal Tavern, went out for a bit, and then I had to go back to the house because I was just like dying. So I ended up going back to the house, taking a nap, and then when they all got back, they came to wake me up because we all had a dinner planned. And when I tell you, I felt like absolute death. I was like, I can't breathe. Like, it felt like someone was sitting on my chest. Like, I could not breathe. I'm like actually scared that I injured myself really bad from this bull, and like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Like, I was genuinely scared, and I was like, I think I need to go to the hospital. And then once I said it, they were like, all right, well, like, if you need to go to the hospital, like, we're taking you to the hospital. And then I was like, oh no, like, for me to have to admit that I need to go to the hospital, like, it took a lot. It really, really took a lot, because it was like, I was embarrassed. I was like, how am I gonna end up going to the freaking hospital in Nashville? Like, this is so embarrassing. But your girl ended up in the ER in Nashville. So 3 of my friends came with me to the hospital. I went up to the counter to check myself in, and I was like, I've been drinking for a few days. I rode the mechanical bull. I got thrown off by my throat. I really have trouble breathing, and I'm just scared I'm gonna die. Like, can someone please help me? This is what I had to tell the check-in lady at the emergency department. I was like freaking dying inside because like how embarrassing. So luckily there wasn't a long wait. They took me back pretty quickly. And I was only allowed one person to stay with me. So as much as all my sweet friends were so nice and wanted to stay with me, Nicole stayed with me, everybody else went back. And like, I was like, please go to dinner. Like I felt so terrible that I was like ruining the trip. Like that's just not my vibe. But of course none of them went to dinner. So they gave me an IV for fluids and they gave me a CAT scan because they wanted to make sure that like there was no internal injuries. There's still like a scar here. The bull was like so ratchet, it actually scratched me on my neck as well. Did a CAT scan and like, I don't know if I've ever had one before, but it was freaking terrible. They have to like inject, oh, let me rewind a second. And apparently it was like a teaching hospital, whatever that means. But when she put my IV in, she put the IV in and blood went everywhere. So there was that. That was really fun. So I'm like looking at Nicole and I'm like, am I gonna die? Am I dying here today? So they take me back for the CAT scan and oh my God, it was so scary. I don't think I've ever had one before. And luckily I'm not claustrophobic, but they have to inject, I guess, dye so that way they could see if there's any injuries internally. And it was like this hot, really hot feeling overall, like throughout my body. And it was just not a fun thing to be dealing with when I'm like hungover, in so much pain. Like it was just, I was scared. I was genuinely scared. I didn't know what was going on. So they take me back to the room from the CAT scan. And now we just wait. So we're just sitting in there and I'm just feeling like every bone in my body hurt from getting thrown off. I had a bruise this big on my leg. And just like mix a bunch of browns and just kind of put it all over, by the way. That was my Nashville look. That's just like my look in general. You guys know me, I'm a very boring brown, matte, smoky eye type of girl. So the doctor, another thing. So when I was telling, before the CAT scan results, the doctor came in and was like talking to me. And I showed him the video and everything, and he's like, you realize you could have died. Like, you could have literally snapped your neck and died. And I'm like, well, that's why they make you sign the fucking waiver. Moral of this story, I'm not done yet, it gets better. Moral of the story is, do not ride a bull. It's not worth it. It's not as glamorous or sexy as it looks in some other people's videos. I literally could have died, and that's really scary. So that would have been a really terrible way. Like, oh, how did she die? Well, she was riding a mechanical bull in Nashville and snapped her neck. Like, God forbid, so scary. But yeah, I had to show him the video and he was like, yeah, that's actually like really scary. So, doctor walks in, CAT scan results, CT scan, whatever the hell it's called. He said, luckily nothing is internally injured. Your throat is very swollen, but nothing is internally injured. Success. He said, funny thing, we found something else on the CAT scan. So I'm like, I'm dying. Just tell me that I'm dying. Like, what? What did you find? And he goes, you have pneumonia. So we're gonna give you a Z-Pack and you need lots of fluids, lots of rest, yada, yada, yada. So I'm like, so not only am I hungover, in agony from being thrown off by my neck on a bull, but now I find out I've been walking around with pneumonia for God knows how long. So yeah, that was that. So that explained why I really wasn't able to breathe. Even though I injured my neck and my chest, I feel like it just made it that much worse that I got injured. I finally got out of the hospital probably like 10 o'clock, went back, packed, and went to sleep, and that was that. So, what a story, huh? I've never had pneumonia in my life. It wasn't until like 2 days or so home that I was like, you know what, as much as this whole situation is like embarrassing and it was just like a whole lot and I felt sorry for myself. I felt bad that I also ruined the last night in Nashville. I was like, if I didn't get chucked on by the bull and take myself to the hospital, I would have probably never known. I would have really never known that I had pneumonia, and if I didn't start the antibiotic, like who knows what could have happened. One of my friends actually went into septic when she had pneumonia because she wasn't on the proper antibiotics. So I guess overall I'm grateful because I was on the antibiotic right away. We got home Monday. Tuesday, I really still felt shitty. I couldn't breathe. Like, it was so hard to breathe, and that's such a scary feeling. So quickly, wait, truffle spray. This is like my holy grail staple. So I called my mom and I'm like, I don't know if I should go back to the ER, but like I actually am really struggling breathing. And at this point I started the Z-Pack Sunday night, Monday too. So this was like day 3 on the Z-Pack. So I'm like, why am I not feeling better? Like what's going on? I was gonna go back to the ER and I was like, do I feel like sitting in the ER for hours and hours and hours again? Not really. So I ended up going to just like my regular doctor, and they did an x-ray on my chest, and the pneumonia showed up on the x-ray as well, which means that it was bacterial. So they gave me another antibiotic to start taking along with the Z-Pack. And I started that on Tuesday, and then by Wednesday I was actually feeling a lot better, and each day just got better and better. So Friday was like Friday I still was taking Advil for like inflammation and for pain, but by Saturday I was like 100% myself again. So thank God, because the antibiotics worked, because it was scary for a minute. So yeah, Nashville 1, Carli 0. I feel like Nashville kind of took my soul that weekend, and yeah, I was super embarrassed. Like everyone was making jokes of it, but like I was in so much pain that like I couldn't even laugh at it, and I was like, please just like don't make fun of me. Like I'm a little baby right now, and I don't want to even hear about it. But now here I am sharing the video with everybody on YouTube because I'm over it, and it's funny now that I'm feeling better. It is funny. It's not funny like me hurting my neck. Like I could have really gotten injured, so thank God I didn't. So if I can have any takeaway for you guys from this story and why I'm even sharing it is like, A, just be super careful. There's really no reason to ride a mechanical bull. I will never ever ride it again, obviously. But just be careful out there, because it's like something that you think is fun. If they're making you sign a waiver that they are not liable if you die, maybe you shouldn't be doing it. So yeah, probably not my best decision, but this is my life. So I just felt like it was necessary to share this story with you guys, because it's like, who does this happen to? So yeah, that's my Nashville story. Unreal, guys. But I made it home in one piece. I'm feeling like $1 million again. It was a wild ride. No pun intended. Jay. You know, I could tell who's here by their meow. My Gigi. Okay. So that is it. My hair's not done, but it's good enough. It's from yesterday. So I hope you guys enjoyed this story time video. Your girl went through it, but I am a survivor. But yeah, this was the makeup look that I did both days in Nashville. I don't really have much else to say other than stay safe out there. I love you guys so much, and until my next video, I'll see you guys later.